Have you ever paused amidst the noise of modern life, notifications buzzing, meetings stacking up, routines on repeat, and truly asked yourself, what's the point of it all? Not just in passing, but really sat with the question. We often live on autopilot, chasing achievements, seeking comfort, collecting experiences. But under it all, a quiet voice keeps asking, is there more? That's where philosophy begins, not in textbooks, but in these moments of curiosity. It starts when we stop to wonder, when we challenge the status quo, when we dare to look beyond the surface of things. Since the earliest days of human history, we've searched for answers to life's biggest questions. Ancient tribes looked to the stars, the elements, and their ancestors for clues about existence. Then came the philosophers, thinkers who shaped entire civilizations with their insights. Socrates, walking barefoot through Athens, questioned everything. He believed that wisdom begins with admitting we know nothing. His method? Asking deep, often uncomfortable questions. His goal? To live a life of virtue and integrity. His student, Plato, took it further, exploring the world of forms, perfect ideals beyond our physical reality. And then Aristotle, Plato's student, grounded philosophy in observation and logic, laying the foundation for science and ethics. But philosophy didn't stop in Greece. In India, sages contemplated the nature of the self and the illusion of the material world. The Upanishads taught that our true identity is not our body or our mind, but the eternal soul, Atman, connected to the universal Brahman. In China, Confucius offered practical wisdom for living in harmony with others. He believed that personal virtue was the key to a stable society. Meanwhile, Laozi, through Taoism, encouraged flowing with the natural rhythms of life. The Tao, embracing stillness, simplicity, and balance. Fast forward to modern times, and the questions remain the same, only louder. We have more knowledge, more technology, more comfort than ever before. And yet, many feel lost. That's where existentialism struck a chord. Philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus suggested that life has no built-in meaning. That's right, no cosmic script, no divine plan etched in stone. Instead, we are free and responsible to create meaning for ourselves. Sartre said we are condemned to be free. It's a daunting thought, but also empowering. If life is a blank canvas, we are the artists. Camus famously described life as absurd. We search for meaning in a universe that offers none. But rather than despair, he encouraged us to rebel against the absurd by living fully and authentically. Then came Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist who wrote Man's Search for Meaning. In the darkest depths of human suffering, he discovered a profound truth, that even when we can't control our circumstances, we can choose our response. Frankl found that people who had a purpose, whether it was reuniting with loved ones, completing unfinished work, or helping others, were far more likely to survive. His message: he who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Science is catching up with philosophy too. Neuroscience shows that having a sense of purpose improves mental health, reduces stress, and even extends lifespan. When we engage in meaningful activities, our brains release dopamine and serotonin, chemicals associated with joy, motivation, and peace. Purpose isn't just philosophical, it's biological. So how do we find it? First, by slowing down. In a world obsessed with doing, we've forgotten how to just be. Create space for reflection. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? When do I feel most alive? It might not be some grand mission. Sometimes meaning is found in the small things, a shared laugh, a helping hand, a moment of awe in nature. Second, live with intention. Align your daily actions with your deepest values. If you value creativity, carve out time to make something, paint, write, cook. If you value connection, invest in relationships that nourish you. If you value service, find ways to contribute. Volunteer, mentor, support a cause. It's not about being perfect. It's about being present. Third, embrace uncertainty. Life isn't a puzzle with one perfect solution. It's more like a dance, improvised, spontaneous, and ever-changing. Sometimes we stumble, sometimes we fall, but meaning often emerges not in spite of hardship, but because of it. Pain can lead to growth, loss can deepen love, struggle can sharpen clarity. And finally, stay curious. Never stop asking questions, not for the sake of answers, but for the sake of wonder. Philosophy teaches us that the questions themselves are sacred. What is a good life? What is justice? What is truth? These aren't questions to be solved once. They're to be lived over and over again. As we journey through life, we'll encounter moments of doubt, of clarity, of confusion, and of awe. All of it is part of the human experience. And maybe that's where the meaning lies, not in some ultimate answer, but in the very act of searching, in the courage to live deliberately, in the beauty of becoming. So, take a breath, step back, look within, then look around. Ask yourself, what gives my life meaning? And whatever your answer is, live it fully.